Hey, selfies, and welcome to a Selfish Mother Talks, a space where we protect our peace, choose ourselves first, and grow through real life, not perfection. I'm your host, Kai M. And if you're new here, the Selfish Mother persona is all about being intentional with your time, your energy, your love, and learning how to choose yourself without guilt. On today's episode of the persona, we're talking about comparison. So go ahead, grab your favorite drink. You see, I got mine. Get comfortable and let's talk, sis. Have you ever been genuinely happy for somebody, and then like 5 minutes later, you start wondering why your life doesn't look like theirs? Like maybe she bought a house, or maybe they got engaged, or maybe they got the promotion that you always wanted, or maybe she launched that business that that you thought that you was gonna launch one too, but you haven't done it yet. And you clap for her, but somehow you stop clapping for yourself, right? And honestly, we've all been there. Like you see your friends progressing and everything, and you just feel like you're at a standstill. But you're not at a standstill. You are literally just going at the pace that you're supposed to be going, right? Comparison isn't always jealousy. And that's important. Don't get me wrong, that is very important. Comparison doesn't always sound like, oh, I wish that was me. Like, it sounds like, am I behind? Should I already accomplish more by now? Maybe I'm wasting my time. Everybody else has everything figured out. What about me? Did God forget about me? Like, am I just supposed to be sitting here just doing nothing? Like, comparison talk, comparison can steal your confidence very quietly to the fact that you now are starting to have imposter syndrome. You are looking at everybody else achieving their goals as if you're not achieving goals at your own pace. I'm not gonna lie. It was one point in my time, everybody around me was getting married, they were having babies, they were doing the whole 9 yards, right? The whole 9 yards. And I wasn't even in a relationship. I had no prospects. I didn't have a baby by then. And I was just like, wow, maybe I am doing something wrong. Like all my friends are progressing in the ways that I want to be progressing in right now, but I I'm not there. Like I don't understand why I'm not there. Am I behind? Did I do something wrong? Like am I not on the right track? But then the Lord told me, girl, I have the plans for you, not yourself. And the plans I have for you are not to forsaken you. Okay? So trust the process. And that's what I did. I started trusting the process. Because little did I know, I didn't know that people were looking at me like, oh, she has it put together, while I'm looking at them like, oh no, you have it put together. You see what I'm saying? Like we didn't see that because we're all looking at what we got going on from the inside. You're not looking at it from the outside looking in. And to this day, I'm knowing that people are very much so looking at me like, how is she doing it? She's doing a lot right now. But if you know me, you know that everything is by God. Like everything isn't just me just trying to, stunt for Instagram or stunt just to say I got it or whatever. It's literally just me and God doing things together because that's all I know. Like I have to lean on him for everything that I do. So I am not going to sit up here and act like I'm not blessed and highly favored, but it took a while for me to get here. Okay. It took some time, right? And so my favorite thing is that everybody thinks that social media is like the realest thing and is like, oh well, who's a good person? I don't know. Oh well, such and such is over there and you just look at her life on social media and she has it all put together. And I'm just looking like, no, they don't. I said, I don't know them in real life. They don't pay my bills. That's my favorite thing to tell people. Like when it comes to any creator, influencer, celebrity, artist, rapper, whatever you want to call them, baby, they don't pay my bills at the end of the day. So I don't really care what they got going on in their life. Like, yeah, I like XYZ that they do, But outside of that, they're not funding me, so I'm really not trying to fund them because real life is still happening. I don't know what they got going on when they get out the studio or when they turn their camera off after acting like they're the perfect parent in the world. I don't I don't know them. Okay? Like I don't know them. So social media is not a real place. Like y'all, get it together. Because everybody always think, oh no, social media is so real. Like look at such and such. She just made 6K this month. Okay, that was this month. Can she keep it up? Can she keep it up? No. Okay, it's not a real thing. I'm sorry. Like they talk about how social media talks about how it makes you feel like you are so behind in how you just can't become who you think you are because you're looking at other people already there. But again, you don't know where how they got there. You don't know what they did to get there. You talk about how everybody get these big old brand deals and it's just amazing and they are just doing everything that you want to do. You talk about how they went viral and now they're just on a viral spree and everything's just panning out for them. And it's just crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I do not, right? I do not post my struggles. They don't post their struggles. I know maybe a handful of creators that post their struggles on a day-to-day mention. Like not a day-to-day, but like, when something's happening to them, like they post it because that's their story. I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna tell you what's deep down hurting me. I'm gonna call my counselor, I'm gonna call my homegirls, I'm gonna call my family members up, and we're gonna talk about it like that. Everything is not from the internet. And I think that's what people fail to realize because you don't know that Sally Mae over there is crying every day and night, but on Instagram she's posting these pictures from 6 months ago when she was the happiest of her life. Social media will drain you, baby. And it would take so much time and energy out of your day that you forget to stop living for yourself, right? So I don't know. It's just crazy how social media has came about and everybody is looking like, oh well, if they could do it, I could do it. No, no, not really, baby. Not really, because I ain't gonna hold you. I'm barely making it. I'm barely making it. I want to quit every day, but am I? No, because my determination. I know this is going to get me bigger and bigger places, and I have the determination to make sure that it keeps going. Because everywhere I go, somebody was like, "Oh, well, hey, selfish mother." Like, okay, girl. And it tells me that you are seeing me, you are listening to me. You may not interact as much as I would like you to, but the content is out there, and I'm relating to people on a way that I need them to relate to me, right? So that's my. Well, thank you for coming to my TED talk about social media or whatever for the time being. But back to today's topic, right? You have to stop comparing yourself to being someone else's middle, right? And this is what I mean by that. When you stop comparing yourself to being someone else's middle, you're not worried about that promotion. You're not worried about that relationship. You're not worried about how they parent. Like, you're not worried about their business. Your beginning is your beginning, but that is also somebody else's middle. So, take me for example, right? Selfish Mother has been about since 2024. I didn't start for real with Selfish Mother until 2025. It is now 2026. All the same visions that I have for Selfish Mother are still there. I'm just doing them at a slower pace because I don't know, I'm just doing it at a slower pace. I saw creators doing the same thing that I knew that I could do, and I knew that I could probably do it a little bit better, like to get the my target audience, how I wanted them to see me. But I was looking at it as, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. Why can't I do mine right now? And then I can get to where they're at. I would never be where they're at because we don't live the same life. We don't have the same story. We don't have the same outcomes in life. We don't have the same anything, right? I'm a single mom of one. They may be a single mom of seven. I I commend them, right? Because I probably could not do that. I probably could not. But I don't look at people's relationships and be like, or like their lifestyles and be like, oh, I want my life to be like theirs. They have the perfect life ever. And it's just, yeah, on online they might have the perfect life, but at home, is it really that perfect? Is it really like glitz and glam and glitter everywhere and a Cinderella fairy tale and all this and that? No. I Loki want my story to be like the Princess and the Frog. Like, I wasn't looking for you. I ended up finding you, and we fell in love because we realized we have a lot more in common than what we thought. Like, it's always a, well, they're doing this at 27 and now I'm 35 and I can't figure out my life. Or they did this at the age of 21 and I've been doing the same thing since I was 19 and now I'm going on 45 and why I can't make it out. It's not your story. What's for them is for them and what's for you is for you. Somebody may have started their business, like 8 years ago, like I said, right? And you just started yours 8 months ago. Why are you trying to compare? Because what God has put in your heart for you to do, you're going to succeed as long as you trust God and keep your faith. Your faith has to be no bigger than a mustard seed. That's it. That's all. Okay? That's it. That's all. So why are you worried about what other people are doing when you need to be focused on what God has told you to do? Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You keeping up with what He told you to do and you're doing it on the same timeline that He wants you to do it. Maybe that's all you need. And I mean that because there's nothing else better than knowing that you are in your purpose, knowing that you are doing things the right way, knowing that you're not out here trying to what's the word I'm looking for? You're not out here trying to steal somebody else's shine because you want to be better than them, right? You want to elevate each other and you want to elevate your community and you want to do that in a positive impact. You don't want to be that one that goes famous for one thing and they disappear and now you're miserable. There's a lot of celebrities like that out there because they had that one hit wonder movie. They was the best actor and then their life went uphill. Looking them up. There's plenty of them out there. Look them up. And you could tell, like, you could see, well, in her childhood, when she was a childhood actor, she was so full of life and everything. And now they're adults. And you look at them like, well, how old are they? They must be in their 50s. And you find out they're like 35. Because life has beat them up. And it's okay but they didn't understand what they were doing. And then they just got, the greed just came to them. And they just didn't know what to do with it. And they just want to kept going. And that's what happens. That's what happens. I want to change it up a bit, right? All right. We're going to add a little poor decisions into the podcast today, right? So if you're watching this live, we have a drink. This is called, dang, I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of my drink. Oh, it's a sun kiss. Sun kiss. It's a sunset kiss. There we go. Because I'm looking like, girl, what are you talking about? It's a sunset kiss. Okay. It is a pineapple wine mixed with a little lemonade and a little strawberry puree. Okay. Cheers. Now back to the episode. As you can see, we have a new guest. As you can tell. Okay. All right. But anyways, your gratitude changes everything, right? It changes everything. You have to start asking yourself, when was the last time I celebrated myself? What prayers have I prayed that God has answered for me and I forgot about because I'm no longer living in that stage of life and I didn't realize it, right? So you have to realize, like, you are living in the prayers that you prayed for months, years ago, and now you're praying for other things, saying that you never received the prayers that you, and like God never answered the prayers that you asked for already. And I'm not gonna lie, I am one of those people, right? Because before I moved, I had a prayer. And I said, Lord, this is how I want my next living situation to be. I want it to be XYZ. I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that, and I want it under this price range, right? Everybody told me I was crazy. They said, you're never gonna find that. You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna do that. It was always no, no, no. It was always negative, right? And I said, it may not be for you, but it will happen for me. And when I tell you it happened all within 1 week, within 1 week, everything happened. I kid you not. I toured it, got the lease agreement for it, signed the lease, got approved for it, like did the application, got approved for it, signed the lease the next day, and got my keys, all within a 4-day span. So I don't know, like, I don't know your story, I know mine. But I can tell you, as long as you keep your faith, it don't matter where you are. If your destination, your destiny, the thing that you are want to do the most is to start a business, is to become a content creator, it's to get that promotion at your job, it's to be the CEO of a job, it's to become the manager, it's to get a better paying job to take care of you and your family, it's to move and get a better situation, it's to just be better for yourself, and you keep the Lord first, everything that you would touch will succeed, because you keep your faith, you're going to him, and you're looking at it like, oh, Lord, thank you. I thank you so much. And I'm a victim to that. You can ask my friends, I will bust out in a prayer quick in a second. We could be talking about any and everything, and I would say, Lord, I thank you. Lord, the next time you bless me, I appreciate everything that you do for me and my friends and my family, and I thank you, Lord. And say, for instance, we praying about a relationship, right? Well, we're not praying. Say, for instance, we talking about a relationship, I bust out in a prayer and be like, Lord, I pray my next relationship is XYZ. Like, they are emotionally intelligent. They are tall. They are handsome. They respect me. They respect my child. They respect my boundaries. They make sure that everything that I want, they touch. They come prepared. They already know that who I am as a person. They're okay with what I'm doing, because I am not doing this just because I am doing this for a bigger purpose. And I don't need nobody to hinder me while I'm doing this, right? And that's okay. And that's like I tell you, I bust out in prayer any given moment. Bust out in prayer. My friends just be looking at it like, okay, like it's. I blame my grandma. Haha, blame my grandma. Shout out to you, Brenda Joyce. I blame you. It's fine, right? So that brings me to, you have to run your own race, right? You have to you have to set goals for yourself, but intentionally set those goals to where you make it achievable. You make it to where you can obtain them. You make it to where you're looking at something, and that something happens without you even noticing, because you're so blessed that you didn't even notice that this is something that you prayed for, right? So maybe your success isn't 6 figures, it isn't marriage, it isn't a luxury apartment, right? Maybe it's just healing, peace, consistency, finally saying no, gratitude, or becoming emotionally healthy. And that's okay. Success looks different for everyone, right? So, whatever that is for you, I need you to write it down. I need you to pray over it and just keep a list, right? Like, and every time it happens, you mark the day that it happens. On June 17th, I asked for what it was. Let me do one for me, right? This was last year. It was, I'm gonna say it was about December of 2025, right? And so December 2025, I said I want a 3-bedroom house. All right. That was it. That was all. And I said I want utilities included, and I want it under a certain price range. Right. January 14th, I got the keys to my 3-bedroom house. Utilities included. Under my price range. You write it down. The day you wanted it, you write it down. You write down the date that you wanted next, the date that you received it, okay? And I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It looks different for everybody, but I promise you, it's going to happen. It's never not gonna happen, okay? So before we close, I just want to let you know that I said before you close, like I'm a preacher, girl. It's okay. I've been preaching on this podcast today. I don't know what took over me, but it's okay. I've been preaching during this podcast this whole time. But what I want you to understand is that I don't know what you've been comparing yourself to lately. I don't know who you've been comparing yourself to lately. But I want you to know that after today's conversation, I want you to remember your journey doesn't lose value because someone else's look different. I need you to keep showing up, keep growing, keep becoming, because what's meant for you doesn't require you to race someone else to get it. What's for you is for you, and what's for them is for them. So don't lose sight of what's for you because you're worried about what the next person is doing. You need to have tunnel vision on what you want to happen in your life. Don't worry about the outsiders. If I worried about what the outsiders said, I would not be in where I'm at today. If I worried about what everybody else told me, I would not be where I am at today. Okay? So, yes, stay true to yourself. Stay in your lane and run your race. Don't worry about everybody else, like, because everybody else is not on the same race as you. You may be starting from the beginning, they may be at their finish line. You never know where somebody is at just because you see them on social media. You never know how somebody is actually doing because they only show you the good. There's so much happening in the world that you don't know what's happening next door. So the best you can do is pray for everybody, pray for yourself, but only worry about what you need to worry about in your lifestyle. Because if you keep comparing yourself to others, you will never make it to where you want to be in life. Okay? And then, yeah. So if this resonated with you, right, I want you to understand that I'm here for you. You're never alone. You can always email me, DM me. I think my number's on Instagram. You can text me, maybe. Don't text me. Um, but yeah, but I just want you to know that, like, you're not alone. And it's okay. It's okay to be, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to think that this person's got it and you don't. You just don't know what's about to happen to you. Your doors haven't opened yet because you're not ready to receive the blessings that you deserve because you're worried about the next person. Stop letting the person next to you hinder you from getting what you need. Right? And so, yeah, I forgot what I was about to say. But this brings me to a new segment. 2 new segments in one day. On top of you getting a video, boy. Yeah, your girl cutting up this week, huh? Your girl cutting up. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again, but your girl cutting up though. I'm gonna clock my own teeth for myself, okay? Yeah, your girl cutting up. But anyways, anyways, I want to do at the end of every episode. I want to start adding a mother moment, right? And this week, I want you to unfollow, mute, or take a break from anything or anyone that is consistently making you feel like you are falling behind. Then write down 3 things you are proud of for yourself and celebrate your own journey. Okay? And when you do it with intention. Don't just do it just to do it. Don't just do it because I said do it. Do it because it's going to help you grow in your season. Okay? But like as always, selfies, until next time, I'll see you on the next episode. And bye.